Hey, I'm Stephanie, and I need to tell you about the moment I almost bought my 27th neutral eyeshadow palette. Picture this. I'm scrolling Instagram, minding my own business, when suddenly I see it. The most beautiful neutral eyeshadow palette. Neutrals so pretty, it makes me forget I already own them. My thumb hovered over add to cart. I was already mentally planning the first looks I would create with this palette. But then something stopped me cold. It wasn't my bank balance, though it probably should have. It wasn't my overflowing makeup drawer, although that was getting pretty worrisome. It was one simple question that popped into my head, and once I asked it, I couldn't unask it. It was like seeing the matrix of my own shopping habits. This question didn't just save me from palette number 27. It also changed how I think about every single purchase I'm tempted to make. So today I'm going to share it with you because it just might be the reality check that your shopping impulses have been waiting for. If you're new here, welcome to the Adagio Sessions, where we talk about slow, intentional shopping, the Adagio mindset. I guess you could think of it as a joyful low buy. We're not anti-shopping, we're just anti-autopilot. And if you're someone who loves collecting beautiful things, you belong here too. There are so many different ways to enjoy things like makeup and clothing and skincare and books and kitchen gadgets, whatever your weakness may be. I'm just sharing what's working for me at the moment, but I'm always interested to hear what's working for you too. I used to be a chronic overpurchaser, and my definition of overpurchasing is buying so much that I couldn't thoroughly enjoy it all. Now I try to shop at a pace that's more aligned with my values, which means giving myself time to actually enjoy what I have. But it did take me asking some uncomfortable questions to get here. So let's go back to that almost purchase. I'm there admiring this beautiful palette when suddenly the thought hits me. If I buy this new palette, will that mean that I will enjoy something that I already own less? And then the follow-up questions started cascading. Will this new palette steal time that I could be spending using my current favorites? Will I miss out on enjoying what I already have because I'm too busy playing with this shiny new thing? It was like a record scratch moment because the answer was obviously yes. For example, I already owned Tom Ford's Rose Topaz palette, which, let's be honest, is a thing of beauty. Plus, it was a gift from my mother, so not only is it special because it's beautiful in and of itself, but it's also special because one of my favorite people in the whole world thought to get it for me. But wait, there's more. I also had a collection of single shadows, and if I used those, I could probably build versions of this palette, 30 times over. So if I were to buy this new palette, when would I actually use the things I already own? And then there's the fact that eyeshadows don't last forever. If I keep buying new ones, my favorite existing palettes are going to literally expire before I even have the chance to give them the lurv they deserve. But I realized that this wasn't just about makeup. It was about the mathematics of enjoyment, which I realize hearing that now, spoken aloud, does not sound very sexy. But hear me out. I guess you could think of it this way. You probably only have 2 feet. Now, if you are someone who is really tempted by shoes, really tempted, so you have 365 pairs of shoes, and you're tempted to buy another one, when are you going to wear it? When are you going to have time to enjoy the beautiful things that are already in your closet? Or fragrance. Yes, you can layer scents, but realistically speaking, there's only so many that you can wear at once and still smell the way that you want to. Fragrances don't last forever either. So if you own too many at once, then you're never going to have enough time to appreciate all of them before they turn. It's like being at a buffet. Sure, you can pile everything onto your plate, but you're still stuck with just one stomach that can only fit so many yummy goodies. And the truth is, we often get caught in this loop of buying the same thing over and over again, just in different packaging. I love neutral eyeshadows, clearly, because I was about to buy my 27th palette. But at some point, taupe is taupe is taupe is taupe. What's your category of kryptonite? Let me tell you about another close call. This one was more recent, and you might already be familiar with it if you saw some of my recent videos. But basically, I was on Lisa Eldridge's website. Dangerous territory for someone with my weaknesses, but I was there browsing her lovely lipsticks when I saw the new shade Toasted. It looked perfect. sophisticated, the kind of shade that would make me look like I was a cool girl who actually had her life together. But then I forced myself to go to my lipstick box, and what did I find? Charlotte Tilbury's JK Magic, my favorite beige of all time. The one that I wear when I want to feel like a cool girl who has her act together. Does that mean that it actually works? Am I a cool girl with my act together? No, but at least I can feel like it when I wear that lipstick. It does everything that Toasted claimed it could, only without the checkout guilt, because I already have it right here. So I had to ask myself, if I already have the perfect beige, why do I want another one? Especially because cream products like lipstick tend to expire a whole lot faster than powders. So there's a good chance that if I bought that Lisa Eldridge lipstick, that my Charlotte Tilbury one would expire before I had a chance to finish showing it the lurv it deserves. Basically, I was just suffering from shiny new object syndrome. What really shifted things for me was realizing that time is the actual scarcity, not the products. We live in this world where so many things are marketed as limited edition or selling out fast or only 2 left in stock. But you know what's actually limited? Our hours in the day. The years that we have to enjoy what we have. I think about it this way. If I were to use a different eyeshadow palette every single day, how long would it take me to cycle back to my absolute favorites? Or if I were to buy a new lipstick every month, how much use would each one actually be getting? And I realize sometimes we buy products for a very specific purpose and we don't necessarily need them all the time, but we still enjoy that we have them. Although I do enjoy panning products, I don't necessarily feel the need to completely use up every single thing that I own, but I do want to make sure that I'm enjoying it. I started thinking about my makeup collection a little bit more like a garden. If you plant too many flowers too close together, none of them really gets enough sunlight to flourish. But if you tend to a smaller garden with care, each plant can thrive. And suddenly, buying less started to feel like caring more, not depriving myself. So here's the question that changed everything. If I buy this new thing, will I enjoy what I already own less? And you can adapt it to your situation. For example, will this new purchase steal time from something I already adore? Will I have less opportunity to enjoy what I already have? Is this just another version of something that already makes me happy? The beauty of this question is that it's not about deprivation or budgeting or being good. It's about honoring choices you've already made, preferences you already have. It's about seeing old favorites with new eyes and acknowledging your opportunity to enjoy them. Because if you think about it, every time you choose the new thing over the old thing that you used to love, you're essentially saying the old thing isn't good enough anymore. But is that really true, or are we just obsessed with novelty? If this is making sense to you so far, a thumbs up would be lovely. It helps me know that we're on the same wavelength. Here's how you can put this question into practice. The next time you're tempted to buy something, pause for a minute and ask yourself, is this something that I always fall for? Is this just another version of something I already own and love? If the answer is yes, then go spend time with what you already have before making the purchase. Swatch the eyeshadows, wear the lipstick, put on the shoes, spritz the fragrance. Rediscover why you fell in love with that thing in the first place. Sometimes doing that will help you realize that that new thing might actually add some value to your collection. But more often, you'll probably just remember why you fell in love with what you already have, and the need for the new dissipates. And if you do decide to buy that new thing, at least you're doing it consciously, not on autopilot. Sometimes the grass is greener elsewhere, but if you're never looking at your own lawn, of course the green across the fence is going to look more appealing. And I'm not saying never buy anything new. I still make purchases. I just try to make them more intentionally now. The question of, will buying this make me love what I have less, has become a bit of a shopping compass for me. It helps me distinguish between genuine desire and shiny object syndrome. Because I've learned from experience that giving old favorites more attention can make them feel new again. That old forgotten eyeshadow palette all of a sudden starts to demonstrate all these combinations that you never even thought to use. Or that old lipstick all of a sudden gets reawakened and becomes your signature shade again. So here's your challenge for the week. Before buying anything new, spend time with what you already own. See if that satisfies the shopping itch. In my experience, it turns out that loving what I already own is the real luxury. Speaking of rediscovering what you already already own. Next week, we'll be discussing how to shop your stash to create capsule collections. I'll show you how to make your existing stuff feel brand new again, no credit card required. It'll be like a treasure hunt. If you want more of this type of content, subscribe, check out this video here, or join Club Adagio, where I hang out with my lovely Adagio angels. Until next time, remember, even stumbling can be a form of moving forward. So let's stumble in style.